I've been working in this area for more than 10 years. I trained as a scientist in immunology and in genetics. And I've always been fascinated by those tiny differences between individuals in their genes and their proteins that influence how different people develop disease and how they can respond to medicines. So when I came for interview at AstraZeneca, I understood for the first time how I could use my science, the things that I'm good at, to help people and patients like my family and friends. I remember walking around the site and seeing a display cabinet that contained 2 of the medicines for breast cancer that had been used to treat my mother and help keep her alive for 13 years. When I joined the company, I was able to meet one of the chemists who invented those drugs and shake him by the hand. We do personalised healthcare because it's the right thing to do. It helps us deliver life-changing medicines for patients. It's also good for our business. Because we can select patients for clinical trials who are more likely to respond, our drugs are more likely to succeed. In fact, we have evidence that drugs with a companion diagnostic approach are twice as likely to survive in the pipeline compared with those drugs without a personalised healthcare approach. Doctors have always selected the best patients for treatment based on their clinical knowledge. Now we can use emerging and innovative science to help them select patients in a much more precise way. This is transforming the way in which we do drug development, because we can select patients for our clinical trials who are more likely to benefit. We have a team of over 100 expert scientists in the UK, in Sweden and the US, working on personalised healthcare and biomarkers. We have groups who work in pharmacogenomics, molecular diagnostics, tissue diagnostics, protein biomarkers and in vivo biomarkers. And we're also building capability in clinical decision tools using complex mathematics. We recognise that we can only achieve our aims through partnerships, and so we have many collaborations around the world with academic centres, clinical labs and diagnostic companies. We have 5 principles that we believe are essential for success in personalised healthcare. 1. To access the best science. 2. To validate the biomarkers. 3. To partner with diagnostic companies. 4. To launch the drugs linked to companion diagnostics or biomarkers. And last, to ensure that patients have access to diagnostic tests so that they can be prescribed those life-changing medicines. We're using personalised healthcare in all disease areas and all phases of our pipeline. Over 70% of our projects are now following a personalised healthcare approach. Personalised healthcare is best established in oncology, where we use our understanding of the molecular drivers of cancers to develop drugs and to select patients for treatment. We are also exploring personalised healthcare approaches in neuroscience disorders like Alzheimer's disease. Now, because this is a disease that affects proteins in the brain, our scientists have developed imaging agents that can detect the earliest signs of neurodegeneration. Another exciting area for personalised healthcare is serious infection. Now, conventional diagnostics in this area take 2 to 3 days, by which time it may be too late to treat patients with the antibiotics that are best for their specific disease. So we're working on very early stage diagnostics that could give the same result in less than 2 hours. And these could be used together with the drugs that we're developing for superbugs like MRSA, and so could save many lives. Personalised healthcare is already contributing to the success of our pipeline, as drugs that follow a personalised healthcare approach and select the right patients for our clinical trials are more likely to benefit patients. In 2009, we had a big step forward when Iressa was approved in the European Union for patients with lung cancer who carry EGFR mutations in their tumours in all lines of therapy. We now have several personalised healthcare drugs in late-stage clinical trials in oncology and other disease areas that are expected to launch in the next few years.